Hi, I'm Tom Newstrom, professional fishing guide from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. You know, one of the things that's so unique about the Grand Rapids area, not only the walleye fishing is great, but bass fishing is really good. We've got like 40 lakes within a 25-mile area of Grand Rapids, and they all have big largemouth bass in it, and some have a good population of smallmouth bass to go with it. So, you know, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You know, we talked about fishing, you know, with a pop, you know, a popping type bait like a skitter pop. But you know, another great bait to use is we like to get plastics and a mushroom head. And this one, for instance, is a crawfish from VMC. And I'll tell you, I really like these baits. And you know, it kind of work it around the weed line or work it around the rocks, and you can catch a largemouth, a smallmouth. But especially in the summertime, when the weed, kind of the weed line has been established already, and you work around the edges of the weeds, and you'll catch a multitude of different fish, but mostly target those big bass. And you know, another bait, and I'll change this up really quick for you, and just to show you real fast, is another great bait that we use a lot of times, especially when the fish are kind of chasing minnows early in the bass season, is we'll put on a big twister tail, you know, like this Northland Slurpee, and we'll work it along the edge of the rocks. We'll throw it out and retrieve it real slow. But again, these plastic baits work really well, and especially for bass. And I think if you come up to the Grand Rapids area, you will see what a rich bass area this really is, and you'll have some bass fishing experiences you'll never forget. You know, a really effective way of catching bass, especially when they're feeding on the surface, is the skitter pop from Rapala. It's awesome, and we catch a lot of fish on it. And all you're doing is twitching it. You're twitching it and popping it, and it kind of makes like a gurgle sound, and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'll tell you what, it drives the bass absolutely nuts. So again, great bait for largemouth bass, that skitter pop or skitter walk, or it just absolutely wakes them up and makes them bite.